My warriors, my survivors, my outcasts, whatever label they've placed on you, I stand with you in this sacred space. This is where truth cuts deeper than any lie they've ever told. I invite you to take a seat, to breathe deeply, because we are about to unravel the twisted web they've spun to keep you quiet. Can you feel it? That crushing weight pressing on your chest every time you try to speak, to rise, to breathe. That's not life being unfair. No, my friends, that's the system, an intricate labyrinth of deception designed with one sole purpose: to break you. They've been working behind the scenes from the moment you opened your eyes, whispering, "Stay in line, don't question, don't dream too big." And when you dared to rise, they sent their wolves, teachers who mocked your brilliance, bosses who diminished your value, friends who turned into snakes disguised as allies, urging you to give up because it's not worth it. You see, they weren't afraid of your failure. Failure is their playground. No, what terrifies them is your success. They're afraid of what you'd become if you ever found your strength, if you ever tapped into that roaring force within you. Deep down, you already know it. You weren't born to whisper, my friend. You were born to shake the heavens. But let's be real here, they've done a damn good job of keeping you in check. They've constructed a system so tight that even your cries seem to vanish into a void. You shout, but it feels like no one hears you. You fight, but the chains just grow heavier. Worst of all, you start to believe them. That's their masterpiece, convincing you that you're powerless. But I'm telling you right now, they've built an empire of lies, drowning you in red tape, meaningless rules, and empty promises. They parade puppets before you, individuals who look like they've won but are nothing more than slaves in golden cages. They've made it personal. They've tailored their chains to fit you perfectly. They know your weaknesses, your insecurities, your every fear, and they exploit them with precision. This is not just a system. It's a war machine, and you, my dear, are the target. But here's the thing about war machines: they can be torn apart. They never saw it coming, did they? They thought they'd silenced you, but in their arrogance they forgot the divine spark inside you, the one that refuses to bow, refuses to break. God didn't give you a voice just to speak. He gave you a weapon, one forged in the fires of your suffering, shaped by every tear you've shed, and sharpened by every pain they inflicted upon you. That voice, it's not just sound, it's a reckoning. They wanted you silent because they feared the power of your words. Words that can slice through their lies, ignite revolutions, and topple their empires. And now, my warriors, that voice is ready. Ready to rise, to roar, to shake their very foundations. So what will you do with it? Will you cower in the corner, letting them win once again? Or will you rise with the power they tried to steal from you, the soul they tried to crush? Imagine their faces when you stand tall, unbroken, and unleash the truth they fought so hard to suppress. Picture the fear in their eyes, the panic as they realize their perfectly constructed system is crumbling, not because of armies or weapons, but because of you. You, the one they discarded, the one they ridiculed, the one they thought was nothing. You are the chaos they never saw coming, the storm that's tearing down their walls, their lies, their empire. And how glorious it will be when their world collapses, piece by piece, word by word. Let them hear you not just with their ears, but with their very souls. Let your voice be the thunder that shakes their foundation, the lightning that exposes their hypocrisy. Speak, not just for yourself, but for every soul they've silenced, every dream they've crushed, every heart they've broken. And when they ask, how did you do it? How did you rise when we did everything to keep you down? Look them in the eye and tell them this: you built this system to silence me, but God gave me a voice to destroy it. Now, my friends, go. Speak. Roar. Shake the heavens and the earth, because your voice is not just yours, it's a revolution waiting to erupt. But here's the catch, and trust me, it's a sweet one. When you finally unleash your voice, don't expect them to roll over and surrender. No, they'll scramble. They'll claw at their crumbling system, desperately trying to hold it together. They'll throw everything at you: slander, sabotage, lies designed to drag you back into silence. That's when you'll know you've already won. Because the moment they fear you, the moment they try to extinguish the fire in your voice, it's proof that your voice has already set their world ablaze. And the funny thing about fire, it spreads. Your voice will ignite others, those who've been hiding in the shadows, afraid to speak, to dream. They'll see your defiance, and they'll realize they too hold that spark. One by one, they'll rise. One by one, they'll add their flames to yours. And soon the system they built to silence you will be nothing but ashes beneath your feet. But let me be clear, this journey is not for the faint of heart. The path to breaking your chains is filled with traps, betrayals, and moments that will test your very soul. There will be nights when the silence feels suffocating. When the weight of your mission feels too heavy to bear. In those moments, remember this: you were chosen for this not by them, but by something much greater. They didn't give you permission to rise. God did. And his permission is the only one that matters. So don't you dare falter. Don't you dare let their venom seep into your mind. Every time you speak, every time you defy their rules, you're proving one undeniable truth: they were never strong enough to silence you. And here's the beauty of it all: your voice doesn't just shake their system. It becomes a symbol, a beacon for those still trapped, still suffocating under the weight of their lies. You become the proof that freedom is possible, that the system isn't invincible, that their chains aren't unbreakable. You, the one they dismissed, become the nightmare they can't escape. Every word you speak is a dagger in their illusion. Every truth you reveal is a crack in their fortress. Every soul you inspire is another blow to their empire. You don't just speak, you liberate. You don't just rise, you lead. And in doing so, you become exactly what they feared most: a force they cannot control, a voice they cannot silence, a revolution they cannot stop. So go ahead, let them hear you. Let your words be the soundtrack to their downfall. Speak with the fury of every injustice, the fire of every suppressed dream, and the strength of every soul they've tried to bury. And when their system collapses, when their walls come crumbling down, don't offer them mercy. Let them drown in the chaos they created. This is your time, your moment, your reckoning. They engineered a system to silence you, but God gave you a voice to shake it, and shake it you will. Rise, and let the world hear you roar. The stage is yours, and their system, it's already trembling. But don't be mistaken, this is far from the end. No, my friends, this is just the beginning. The first rumble in a storm that will shake the very foundations of everything they've tried to hold together. Because once your voice rises, it becomes unstoppable, a wildfire that consumes every lie, every deception, and every false structure they've erected. Feel it. That fire in your chest. It isn't just anger or defiance. It's purpose. It's destiny roaring to life, fueled by every insult they hurled, every wall they built, and every chain they forged. You weren't designed to conform. You weren't made to bend. You were crafted to rise, to inspire, and to shatter every illusion that tried to contain you. Let's not sugarcoat it, they're afraid of you. They won't admit it, but every step you take forward, every word you speak, sends tremors through their carefully constructed lies. They will try harder. They'll dig deeper into their arsenal of manipulation, throwing everything they can to drag you back into the silence. But here's the truth: they can't escape. Your voice is louder than their noise. Your light burns brighter than their shadows. They underestimated you. They thought you were weak. They thought you were just another cog in their machine. But look at you now. Look at the strength in your stride, the conviction in your words, and the fire in your eyes. You are not their victim. You are their reckoning. This is the moment you stop surviving and start thriving. The moment you take every scar, every ounce of pain, and turn it into a weapon sharper than any sword. You are not defined by what they did to you. You are defined by what you do now in this moment. And this moment belongs to you. Stand tall, my warriors. Raise your voice higher. Let them feel the weight of your presence. Let them choke on the power they thought they'd extinguished. You are the storm they never saw coming. You are the voice that will not be silenced. And as you rise, watch the ripple effect unfold. Watch others who've been suffocated under the same lies find the courage to rise with you. One by one, they will join the movement, adding their fire to yours until the world is ablaze with truth. A revolution isn't born in silence, it's born in defiance, in courage, and in unrelenting resolve. So don't stop. Don't rest. Don't settle. You've come this far, but the world still needs to hear you. Because your voice, it's not just your weapon. It's hope for those still trapped. It's a lifeline for the ones who can't yet find their own words. It's the anthem of a future where no one is silenced again. Keep going. Keep roaring. Keep shaking the heavens until they have no choice but to hear you. Because this is your time, your battle, your victory. Let the echoes of your defiance reach the farthest corners of their crumbling system. Let your name become a symbol of liberation. A reminder that no chain is unbreakable, and no lie is too strong to defeat the truth. Now go. The world is waiting for you to finish what you've started. This is the moment they'll never forget, the moment you become unstoppable. Rise, speak, and let the universe witness your unshakable power. The stage is still yours, and the revolution is far from over.